Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Steven, Lanky Gamer, and today we're going to talk about a game I just completed as part of my Summer Backlog Challenge. Beat it about a day or two ago, but got some time to record today, and that is E7. E7 for your PlayStation portable device. This game was amazing, so I just wanted to share my thoughts with it to you guys and let you know how I feel about it. Now this game, I'll get started right off the bat because some people were kind of upset about how this game went about, with it being not just controlling a doll. In this game, you have the opportunity to control up to 7 characters. E7, or 7, 8. Anyways, it's about 7 to 9 characters you can play as, but you only ever have a maximum of 7 with you. And people were a little iffy about wanting to switch between these characters and play with them. And I'm here to tell you right now that it was not a problem at all. I'll get further into that when I start talking about the combat, but we'll get things started off with the story. E7 pretty much follows Adol and Dogi as they're coming in on a boat to the land of Altigo. And I mean, they're adventurers, so they're just trying to find another adventure to get into. And pretty much things start off on the wrong foot right when they get into this town. They start talking to the nice young lady, and pretty much the jerk of the game comes in with the Dragon Knights and decides he doesn't like you right off the bat. You're too nice. So he wants to throw you in jail. But saving you from going to prison is the king of Altigo, and he sees some goodness in you and actually wants you to go on an adventure for him. And in this adventure, he wants you to pretty much find out why there's earthquakes plaguing the lands of Altigo. There's earthquakes that are happening, it's causing some destruction, and he just wants you to figure out what's doing it. So, that's pretty much how you get started on your journey in this game, but it gets a whole lot deeper than that. On your travels, you'll travel to different dungeons. They could be fire dungeons, they could be earth dungeons. They pretty much go after the elements, like any game. You got your fire, earth, wind, water, etc., etc. It's been done, but what makes this special is kind of how the story takes off about halfway through. Like I said, you'll be traveling through these dungeons and temples, and you're gonna meet up with new characters. You can see pretty much all of them on the front of the game here. You'll pretty much run into one every time you go to a new area who wants to join your party and help you and Dogi out along your journey. So that's pretty much the gist of it at the beginning. As you play through, though, you start to really uncover some other stuff it's a whole lot worse than just some earthquakes going on. You find out there's a fever that's plaguing everyone called the Iskin fever. If you catch this fever, chances are you're gonna die. There's ways to slow it down and make you feel better for a little while, but you're gonna perish from catching this fever. So multiple things are happening where you're gonna want to cure this fever. You're trying to find a cure, trying to stop these earthquakes. About halfway through the game, it pulls like a solo Taroba on you. You think you've conquered all. This is about 12 hours in, so I mean you put a lot of time into the game, and then bam, something else happens. I won't get into tell you what happens exactly, but pretty much you'll have to revisit all the areas again and meet up with the 5 great dragons of the lands in order to inherit their powers, in order to stop the land of Altigo not just from having earthquake problems, but disappearing all itself. There's an enemy who pretty much wants to push the reset button. Just imagine Armageddon or something happening, and they want to ruin the land and start it anew again. And it's not something that it's happened before. Like this has happened, so it's just that time in its cycle to happen again. So pretty much you and your friends are trying to gather all the powers of the dragons and meet at the last final point to actually stop this from happening. No one has ever in the history been able to stop it before, but Adol is going to try his best to put a stop to it. And that's pretty much the story. It's kind of cliche, but right after that second half, man, Wish I had some water here, guys. Excuse my cough. Right after that second half really starts picking up. It's a really good story. And how Ys games are played out is it's all text-based. It's no voice acting. But this is, it's classic Ys, and that's kind of what makes it really special to really interpret yourself. And yeah, so that's pretty much the story. And I'm going to pause and get some water. Be right back. Alright, now I got a sip of water. Hopefully I will not cough anymore and this video will go fluid. Anyways, so much for that. Anyways, we will move on to the gameplay aspect of the game. And Ys 7 is pretty much just a hack and slash RPG game. You go around the land just hacking up enemies, gaining experience, and leveling up. And like I said, going into dungeons, defeating a boss. And the boss battles in this game are epic, they're fantastic. They're like a mix of a bullet hell shooter, or I wouldn't call it bullet hell, but bullet shooter. You're always moving, you're always dodging, and you really got to kind of time out everything when you're fighting the bosses. So, and some of them are larger than life battles and enemies that you're fighting, so it's really fun. It's fantastic. And in order to get a better look at it, I'm going to cut to some gameplay footage and kind of give you a layout of what everything looks like. So hopefully it'll look okay, but that's what we're going to do right now. Hey guys, so here we are. We are at the some actual game footage from the game. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad. It's kind of tough recording it here, but I actually wanted to go to the game and show you guys some combat specific stuff. As you see how the layout of the screen is here, you got your health and everything at the bottom. And you might notice some stuff here over in the corner. Well, I'll explain that here in just a second. But how Ys works, it's really just a hack and slash combat game where you move around and you have the X button that does your attacks. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Something they've added into this game, unlike other Ys games where you had a magic ability, in this game you can actually use skills. That's what I was pointing to you earlier. Right here in the corner, you have a skill meter, and over here is the SP gauge. Well, these skills each have a set amount of SP that they'll use. Some are 10, some are 40, some are 100. The higher the SP on it, the more damage the skill actually does. I'll do an example of one right now. There's a strength blast, and here's a stronger one. Pentagram. So that's pretty much how the skills work. So that's something new that they kind of mixed up into this game to just add some more fluidity and more differences to the combat style. You can also dodge with square, and you actually switch between your teammates with the O button. Now if we go into the menu here, you'll see where you have your parties and everything set up here, but you can go to your party screen. This is where you set everything up. Select your weapons from here, your gear, armor, and everything. This is where you can actually select your skills. And you unlock different skills. As you see, some are shaded gray. That means I haven't leveled them up enough to use them. And if you reach level 1 with a skill, you can equip it at any time. This skill, Sword Dance, was equipped to a certain weapon. I no longer have that weapon equipped and did not use the skill enough to unlock it. Hence, excuse me, hence I cannot use that skill until I equip that weapon back and level it up. But anyways, that's how you unlock skills. By using different weapons, because different weapons will come with different skills, and you just have to level up in that skill by using it in order to unlock it for the rest of the game. So that was simple enough. And this is pretty much where, yeah, you could equip accessories and everything to your characters. And you'll notice, not in this screen, but I'll go back here. I'm near end game, so not going to see it on this one. But if you look by Dogi, you'll see a fist there. By Geist, you'll see like a sword. Those are the different attack types in the game. You have 3 different attack types. This is a strike type. This is a slashing type, I believe. And you also have a little bow and arrow symbol for some characters, and that's known as a piercing type.
and different enemies have different weaknesses to different abilities, such as the slash, the piercing, or the strike. So in order, let me see if I can go to a combat here scenario, and you'll see where some characters are not useful in some battles. Like right now, all of our characters can attack this monster. When they turn yellow, that means you have dazed them. There is a daze meter with enough hits. You will daze them. Let's see. Here's another enemy that should be vulnerable to all attacks. Now if I switch to Dogi, up ahead, there are some flying enemies. You'll notice it says bad attack, because striking attacks are not good against flying enemies. Therefore, you have to switch over to a character who can actually hit these flying enemies and do damage. But yeah, that's pretty much the combat. Also, I didn't point out earlier, there's a yellow gauge right beside the SP gauge, and that is a special attack meter. I'll go to an enemy and show off a special attack here, and that's by just hitting the left bumper, left trigger. And that's a special attack. So, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the combat. Fast-paced, hacking, slashing, RPG, leveling up. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. But yeah, you switch out your party members in here too. Here you can see can't remove him, but all the other party members. Yeah, just so happens there's 7 characters to choose from, and it's E7. Anyway, but yeah, now we'll just go back to the chair and finish talking about this game.
Alright, so hopefully you could kind of see that video and tell how the gameplay was, the aspect of it. I know one of the main parts in it is switching between characters, but like I was saying, I did not find that a hindrance at all. With the different style types, different characters have weapons that'll change that style type, and it's Adol when he gets a new weapon. Sometimes it can be a piercing, sometimes it can be a slash or a cutting one, but it's not a big deal. You can play through the game without even switching from playing as Adol if that's what you want to do. You can play the whole game with him. You just change the weapon he's using. It's that simple. But I actually enjoyed playing the game with other people like Geist, and it was just fun switching between them and using their different skills. It opens up so much more in the realm of the combat, using their skills and their special moves. So it's all a matter of preference. I felt like it didn't matter at all. It was fun playing with the different characters and getting to know them, but like I said, you could play through the whole thing with just Adol. And minor spoiler here, just a layout for the final boss. If you want to skip ahead about 20 seconds you can, but forewarning, just level up. Your character's going to level up with you even when you're not playing with them. But make sure you're getting all the best gear, the best weapons for everyone before you go into that final battle, because you will be using all 7 characters for the final battle because of the layout of it. It's pretty much a 3-tiered boss. 3 characters on the bottom, 3 in the middle, and Adol on top. So make sure you have all the right equipment for them, or else you're going to get pwned in the fight. So let's be on the lookout for that. So just be aware of that. And that's as far as spoilers I'll go for that. But yeah, as I was saying, it's not bad. And another thing that the game makes easy, that's kind of with the gameplay setting, is you have an overworld map. You can either run and walk to each areas, but as you discover the land, you can actually just teleport to them, which saves a lot of time, because while you're hacking through those weaker enemies, you're not going to level up as fast. So it does some good things with the map by just letting you be able to teleport. So it makes everything a little bit easier than kind of how Oath in Felghana was. It's been a while since I played that one, but I don't think it did the same thing. But yeah, as far as gameplay, that's pretty much it. Hack and slash, go take down the boss, level up, get items, get equipment. That's another thing. When you're killing enemies, and you're going to be mining for minerals and plants and stuff when you're in the game. You're going to see plants you can pick, minerals you can mine, water springs you can get water from. And while you're doing that, this game has a heavy emphasis on crafting, but it's not like overly difficult. You're going to get plenty of stuff just playing through the game you don't even realize. And when you go to a weapon shop or item shop, you're going to be able to craft yourself some new armor, some new weapons. But I always found that you never really needed to do that. You always had plenty of money to buy the best gear you wanted every time you went in there. There was never a hindrance on having a low set amount of cash so you couldn't get anything. Even when you get to near the end game, you don't have to do hardly any farming for gold to get the good weapons. You only type of farming you'd have to do is they do have like some legendary weapons you can use for the characters in the game. In my gameplay footage, I have one equipped on Adol, where you actually have to collect certain types of stone and stuff in that final dungeon to be able to craft those weapons. But that's something, if you want to do, you can go ahead and do it. I didn't do it, I did it for 2 of them, but not everyone. So, as far as getting items and stuff, it's kind of easy. Just go in there and buy the newest thing. You're never going to be strapped for cash or anything. So, yeah, it's pretty much the gist of the gameplay from what I could think of, and that'll just lead me straight into probably my favorite part of this game. I forget what it was for. And that is the amazing soundtrack. You got to hear a little piece of it in the gameplay footage there, but Ys games just have awesome soundtracks. I love 80s metal, like heavy metal. That's like my favorite type of music. Big hairband metal with yelling guitars, and that's like what all the guitars do in this game. They have guitars in it just yelping, and it's amazing. I love it. The boss battle music is just fantastic. So if there's anything I love with the Falcom games and the Ys series, it's the music, because it's amazing. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Get one more call for you guys. It was a fantastic game. It took me 23 hours to beat it. Whole lot longer than other Ys titles, but well worth it. If you haven't invested the money into getting it, you don't need to get the premium edition. You can get the regular thing just by itself. It was a fantastic game. Don't let the switching between characters detract you from any way in this game. It's just as fun, fast-paced as ever. The graphics look beautiful for the handheld. There's one point I wouldn't like on the graphics is I kind of like the anime art style they do with some stuff, and I don't think they did enough of that. For like a little cutscene or something would be cool. But it's kind of a special thing, like I was saying with Ys, is just how it is text-based and how you can just read it. So anyways, give that game a try. It is awesome, and there's really nothing much else to say about it. Just give it a whirl. If you love hack and slash, beat 'em up, RPGs, this is all for you. So anyways, I'm going to be off to the next challenge. Read my Nintendo Power that just came out today. So thank you for watching. Lighting out.